to the squad as Commander Theo Coop, and we back with another one. We Oscar Mike. I'm blind reacting to this clip. I've known that this video has went viral. I just haven't seen it myself yet. It says, every man's worst fear, married 15 years, he has been sterile his whole life, but has 3 kids.
It's every man's worst fear. I wish to God this was a skit, but it's not. Let's let it play.
All right, the doctor walks in and tells me I'm in good health, but I'm sterile. I'm like, what are you talking about I'm sterile? I got 3 kids. I don't make no damn sense to me. I don't understand I'm sterile. I don't know. It blows my mind. You know, I got 3 kids. One's 15, one's 12, one's 7. So I'm like, I don't understand that. So anyway, I go home and I just start thinking, it's gotta be my kids. But I started thinking about the fact that every time I watch like those Ancestry.com commercials, they come on and my wife kind of always turns the channel. I'm like, why you always turn it? I notice you always turn the channel. She's like, those are stupid. They don't even work. And I'm like, anyway, I started really thinking. I'm like, if I'm sterile, and the doctor said I've always been sterile. It's not like something that it always been genetically since I was born. I started thinking, I'm like, man, I'm going to have to go ahead and get these kids tested. You know, I really didn't want to. I wanted to believe that my wife wouldn't do this to me, but I have to get my kids tested. So I secretly get a little sample of all of them. I go to the damn, what is it, the Ancestry.com place or whatever. And anyway, get them tested. Then I think about this. My wife got a birthday coming up. We're going to throw this big birthday bash. We already been planned on it. So, basically I got the whole birthday bash planned.
Uh-oh, do we have a petty alert? This thing's about to get petty at his birthday bash. His wife also fast-forwarding during those Ancestry.com commercials or flipping the channel. That's your indicator right there, but I guess if you're not even thinking in that direction, it doesn't register at the time.
And then basically what happens is I get all of our families there, birthday bash, I get the popular mixologist in town. Chief of police comes because he works with my wife sometimes at our company. So chief of police, this whole big thing, because I want to make a big splash. It's her birthday, you see? So what ends up happening at a certain point, we bring the big birthday cake out. You know those big birthday cakes you see on the movies? Got one of those big ones. And then I had a woman come out and she held up the sign that said, "You lying bee."
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
And it blew everyone's mind. It blew her mind. What is this about? What is this about? And I was like, you know what? No, what this is about? It's about the fact that this mixologist is his son. Hey, let meet your daddy right here. I straight up had to tell him, this is your dad. Chief of police, hey, this is your... So 15-year-old mixologist, that's his daddy. Chief of police, 12-year-old, that's his daddy. And I mean, I was hurt.
That's insane. Not only was she cheating on her husband, she was cheating on her husband having unprotected sex. She's doing that with multiple men. Even though I've never met this gentleman's wife, I can almost guarantee that he did not meet this woman over at Christian Filipina. Christian Filipina is the #1 dating service, helping singles find potential life partner. Filipino women are loyal, caring, supportive, devoted. Despite being well adapted to the Western world, Filipinas remain traditional in their ways and won't make you feel like she is above you, as most Western women would. A Filipino girlfriend treats you like a king. Fellas, go where you are appreciated. Don't spend all your time thinking that you're gonna be like this guy. Don't know if your children are your children. It won't happen with Christian Filipina. I guarantee it. If you wanna find a woman that's down for you, that'll ride for you, you definitely need to talk to my partners over at Christian Filipina. And I'll leave the links for them right here, and I'll also have it in the description as well as pinned in the comments. Go ahead and hit that link. Christian Filipino, their family.
I was hurt. I mean, I was so hurt, I decided I just had to sleep in my car, man. I couldn't be in this house. I couldn't be around her. Just all these lies. I mean, I've been raising these kids for 15 years. There's no way they're mine. They're not. I'm sterile. Like, so basically, I just, I'm in my car, sleeping in my car, going to work, doing the normal thing I do. And I just was, running into different issues and felt the need that I needed to go. I really needed to go back to church. I just really wanted to do that, and was getting some good, like the preacher and a lot of different people giving me some good advice and some good guidance, kind of helping me to understand that it's not the kids' fault. You've been there for the kids. What I mean. And, then I start finding out there's some problems. Kids are having problems in school because their dad's not there. They're used to having their dad for 15 years. I haven't been there. So I start going back.
Oh man. But here's the deal. As he laid out that elaborate scheme to embarrass his wife, which I have no problem with whatsoever. But you have to plan this whole thing out, bro. Just from this little video, it doesn't sound like he planned this all the way through. Yes, he did plan for embarrassing birthday party. I'm with it. But the aftermath, the fallout, and having all your ducks in a row accordingly. In my mind, why would you go through all that and not have a place to stay already lined up or have money saved for an apartment if you were leaving the house or whatever? Seems like he reacted without the proper preparation. Just my 2 cents. I could be wrong.
You know, being there for my kids and everything like that or whatever, but I had to let her know. I'm like, I don't know if we can work this out. I don't know. I mean, possibly, but I'm here for my kids. I'm going to try to be here for my kids because I feel like it's the right thing to do. It's what God wants me to do, you know, and I think it's the best thing to do. So that's what I decided to do. Later on, and find out, because I didn't have the 7-year-old. We didn't know who his dad was. So basically, after a certain amount of time with the Ancestry.com, like other people will get tested and everything like that or whatever. And then I got an alert from the email alert. And I'm like, really? So we kind of find out that it's this NBA Hall of Famers. I'm like, I was tripping. I'm like, this can't be the case. I go and ask her. I'm like, who's his dad? She's like, yes, that's his. I'm like, because my son, I mean, man, my son, he could ball. I mean, he could ball, and I ain't got no athletic skills, you know. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, me and my wife are still trying to work things out. I moved back in, but I'm not in the same room. You know, luckily we have multiple rooms. I'm there for my kids, even though they're not my kids, but they are my kids. I mean, I'm there for my kids. I'm the only father they know. So I've been doing the best that I can with this whole situation.
Wow. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm a bit conflicted on this one, but let's get the obvious out of the way. Of course, the children aren't to blame in any of this. Unfortunately, they are the victims of their mother's recklessness. But I guess if it wasn't for her being reckless, they wouldn't be here. Be that as it may, we're not giving her props for being a whore. As far as the wife, I mean, she's a treacherous, despicable person. Let's put the sterileness to the side, because it seems like he didn't know until well into his adulthood that he had that condition. And why would he think he's sterile? Because his wife done birthed 3 of his children that he thought was his. But again, the wife having unprotected sex with multiple men. And one thing that was really talked about in these conversations is STDs, man. You raw dogging him, then coming home raw dogging your husband. And this is the thing I've always thought about women who lie about paternity or know full and damn well. It's different if a woman's like kind of like, okay, it might not be his, it might not. But when women know with 100% certainty that their husband or spouse is not the father of their child, they can just walk around this earth day to day, go to bed, wake up without feeling any type of shame or guilt. But the worst thing that I think that you can do as a man is have him raise a child that's not his. Could you imagine that? Raising children for years and years and years. You're raising them like they're your children because they are your children, only to find out you're not their father biologically. You know how painful that must be? I've said this before on my channel, and I'll say it again. Every man should get a DNA test, even if you're married. Again, I don't think this man sat back and really put the time and effort to thinking and to creating a plan for how he's gonna execute this and execute it properly. He didn't seem like he had any plan past embarrassing her on her birthday. And he also needed to figure out what he was gonna do. Because if he's gonna go through an embarrassment with her, okay, that's fine, you let the world know how she is, but what are you gonna do? You got 1 or 2 options. A, he'll be here for those children like they're yours, or B, make a clean break. And it sounded like his plan, he didn't know which one he wanted to do, because it's no way in hell that I'm going back to that home. Certain what I'm saying is, I understand how tough that is. It's not something I'm just saying, oh yeah, break up with her. And yeah, them kids ain't yours that you don't raise for 15 years. What's your other option? Either break away clean from it, you raise them kids as if you're own. What the hell do I know? I'm just a weed head talking on YouTube. You guys let me know what you think after party in the comments. It's your commander, Theo Coop, but you can
call me bitch.
And don't forget, guys, hit the link in the description, guys, and it's also pinned in the comments. Contact Christian Filipina. Find yourself that traditional woman. Find that woman who will soon be your wife that you deserve. Yes, I said deserve.